Plot for Naughty Dog's Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet has allegedly leaked on 4chan. Look this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. I encourage you to head on over, become a paid subscriber, help support us in bringing these stories to you. We are a fully reader-funded operation, and we are working to eradicate woke ideology from our culture, whether that be in video games, movies, television, or books and tabletop gaming. So a 4chan user shared a summary of the alleged leak. Now, obviously, this is on 4chan, so take it with a grain of salt, but 4chan has been known to get leaks accurate, but it's also been known to get them completely and utterly wrong as well. Anyways, this one was shared by a user who claimed it was, quote, was sent to a handful of gaming journalists, the most notable of whom includes Jason Schreier, but they are debating whether or not to share it. The leaker is supposedly a disgruntled Naughty Dog member who hates the direction the company is going. As Neil Druckmann, the head of studio there, gets more powerful and influential, part of the reason why Schreier is hesitant to give the okay. He then shared what he describes as a summary of the game's plot, as well as kind of how certain things operate and things like that, where it takes place, etc. So it begins saying this. The player character Jordan was a member of the Five Aces, a band of notorious criminals. The leader, Lewis Tony Dalton, disappeared without a trace, causing the Five to drift apart. The reason for Jordan's shaved head, the absurd reaction to which Naughty Dog fully expected, is to serve the hiding of her identity, as she is a wanted criminal. Jordan works as a bounty hunter purely as a means to find her former partners, particularly Lewis, who she sees as a father figure. So I think all of this lines up based on what we've seen from the trailer here. There's this whole wall right here. If we skip ahead where it says Five Aces Mastermind, you can clearly see this is the Jordan character right here. And then you've got these other characters here. I assume this is Lewis. And then we obviously see this is Kumail Nanjiani's character. And we know that he is hiding out on this moon of Semperia. Let me see if I can skip ahead here. He's hiding out on this moon. And I'm assuming this red planet is Semperia. And we get information that no one has been able to leave Semperia for 600 years. And there's a bunch of rumors about what's going on that planet. But we do have this here that Kumail Nanjiani's character is indeed on there. Colin Graves is right there, member of the Five Aces, right? And he's the one hiding out on this moon. So all of this so far does match up to kind of what we're seeing in the trailer. But let's continue here. Kumail Nanjiani plays Colin, the comic relief of the crew. The tutorial and opening mission is on Semperia's moon, leading to Jordan chasing Colin into space. An important note from the leak is that there will be no space combat. The aforementioned segment is a cutscene as they fly into Semperia's atmosphere. An EMP wave disables both ships, leading them to crash in different locations. I'm going to jump down here to the bottom of this article because I think this is accurate as well. We do have a brief synopsis from Druckmann himself, which was posted to Naughty Dog's website. It says this: Intergalactic stars our newest protagonist, Jordan A. Munn, a dangerous bounty hunter who ends up stranded on Semperia, a distant planet whose communication with the outside universe went dark hundreds of years ago. In fact, anyone who's flown to it hoping to unravel its mysterious past was never heard from again. Jordan will have to use all her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in over 600 years to leave its orbit. So I think that does indeed match up to what we know about this game, and it matches up in the trailer as well. The bulk of the game is described as an open world, Uncharted mixed with sci-fi elements. The majority of any enemy combatants are AI-driven machines, but with a wide variety of types, melee, range, and even vehicle combat are in the game. The base of operations in the game is your crashed ship, which can be customized. As you find each member of your crew, they will join you on the ship with seamless interactions depending on the day-night cycle. Think Red Dead Redemption 2 in your search for Lewis. We're not done. There's still a lot more. The gist of the plot is that Lewis sent a message to all members of the Five, excluding Jordan, to meet him on the planet. They were specifically instructed to come alone and not to mention this to the other members. Once 3 members of the crew, besides Lewis, join you, the game takes a hard turn. An underground dwelling race of aliens known as Semperians kidnap Jordan's teammates. The ship, with all its decorations and customization, is destroyed, inspired by Mass Effect 2's Collector's event. As for the Semperians, it says this: The Semperians resemble humans with some notable differences, including the ability to spout large insect legs that allow them to scale walls, as well as night vision. With more of a survival horror shift, you make your way through the underground tunnels to try and save your crew. Eventually, you reach where they are held, where it is revealed Lewis is preparing to execute them in front of a horde of angry Semperians. Jordan interrupts, begging to know why Lewis is doing this. Lewis explains the big twist of the game, that the Semperians were once humans who were teleported to the planet thousands of years ago as a side effect of the quantum experimentation needed to develop distant spacefaring technology. When Lewis crashed on the planet, he found himself empathizing with their race, promising to help support their desire to return to Earth. Druckmann apparently had read Heart of Darkness, which inspired this plot point. The leak goes on and says, the Semperian religion, founded by the Heretic Prophet, stated generations upon generations would suffer until a Messiah arrived to lead Semperians to their ancestral home, where they would reclaim the land and purge its inhabitants, that being Earth. The AI software and battle machinery on the planet was constructed over thousands of years to assist in invading Earth. However, the technology needed for a ship to pierce Semperia's atmosphere without being disabled by its unique qualities could not be figured out. Jordan is forced to watch as each of her companions are shot in the head by Lewis. She begs to know why he is doing this. Lewis informs her she was never meant to be here. It's why he didn't call her to come. He was using his former partner's presence on the planet as a means to an end. Lewis has an affection for Jordan, so he orders the Semperisms to detain her. I think there's a misspelling. Semperians to detain her while they fight Galactopol and take their ships. Jordan escapes, and the final act has the player tear through a war zone between the two sides, ultimately resulting in Jordan chasing Lewis down and killing him as he operates a huge tank. Lewis's dying words are to ask Jordan to continue his work, that the Semperians deserve to see their home again. The player has the choice to use the tank to destroy Semperian robots, leaving them defenseless to be slaughtered by Galactopol, or destroy Galactopol's ships. After either choice is made, you find Lewis's old ship and fly into space, the ending depending on which choice you made. So that is the end of that leak. Now, obviously, a lot of this part here, who knows if it's true or not, right? Obviously, we do know that she gets stranded on this planet, that no one leaves for 600 years. The EMP thing kind of explains that, why people can't leave. And they end up there. We did see, obviously, the robot in the trailer at the very end. So there may be some validity to them making these machines and stuff that you have to fight. Who knows? You can obviously see that the moon is there that they were previously on in the background, or that, like they said, that whatever the guy Connor is on, Kumail Nanjiani's character. So that does seem to maybe line up that you will be there first and then move there. It's not surprising there wouldn't be space combat. I think the brief description here that Druckmann gave made that clear. You sound like you're just stranded on the planet. Intergalactic, calling it intergalactic is interesting. One would think that obviously it would mean that you would be going across different galaxies, right? So maybe there is a little bit more to this than we're led to believe. I mean, maybe you're in a different galaxy than Earth. I would assume so, because some period I don't think exists in our galaxy, as far as I know. So maybe who knows? Maybe it's a different name for some planet that we already have. I don't know. But so maybe that's what they're doing there. So that's why you have the intergalactic name. These people are on Semperia. They want to go across the galaxy to invade Earth, etc. I don't know. It doesn't really sound that impressive to me. Sounds pretty basic. The whole idea of like killing the people for killing's sake, that sounds like something Druckmann and his team would do, especially after The Last of Us 2. So that's not really surprising. I think that actually lends credence to this leak. The fact that these people are just being executed seemingly for no reason, especially when they're just supposedly being used as a means to an end to, I guess, attract Galactopol, who might have the technology to get through the atmosphere or whatever so they can escape. So we'll see what happens here and if this leak ends up being true. I'm kind of leaning that it probably is. I mean, a lot of things do match up to what we see in the trailer, to what Druckmann has written, especially towards the beginning. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stuff here that who knows what it could be, especially these like humans somehow becoming insect creatures or whatever. That is interesting, but it's possible. But let me know what you guys make of this. What do you make of this alleged plot leak? Do you think it is real? Do you think it's fake? And what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.